It's Jeannie. How are you? I hope you're very well. I am looking forward to getting out of this season of bugs and illnesses, and so I hope you're on that path of wellness as well. Today's video is sponsored by NordVPN, and this is a very important sponsor in my opinion. There is an awesome gal on YouTube that I watch, and she just let us know that her account at home has been attacked, and she is trying to recover so many things, and I can't imagine, and I don't want to even think about what that would be like. Since my husband is a pilot and has been his entire career, we've been all around the world, and having a VPN has been one of the most important ways to protect our accounts from web trackers, malicious ads, ransomware, and even threats such as password attacks. And I often run a password check, and I can see if there are any issues on any of my emails or any accounts that I have out there in the universe. Have you ever gone into a coffee shop and connected to their free Wi-Fi? Well, it looks safe, doesn't it? But it's very possible that there's a random person impersonating that Wi-Fi, and everything you are doing is seen by someone else, possibly even recording all your keystrokes. So NordVPN is the virtual private network that both my husband and I use, not only at home, but whenever we travel. It provides the security we need to protect our passwords and all of our accounts. Like I said, I can't even imagine what that would be like to have somebody in our accounts or holding it for ransom. So I run the password checks probably once a week, and I have found companies that have had security breaches, so I know I need to go in and do something like as simple as change my password. It even categorizes those security breaches. So I kind of understand what the threat is and what happened. So for the price of a cup of coffee or a quick meal out at a fast food restaurant, you can protect your system, your phone, your laptop, your iPads, your computer from the very real threat and the very scary world of, cyber attacks. So get the exclusive NordVPN deal here, shown in not only the description but in the comment box. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee, and I am just so appreciative, and thank you NordVPN for sponsoring this very important message, and I hope you all check it out. So click on the link that I provide you and sign up. 30-day money-back guarantee. It's worth it, and I cannot recommend it more highly. I really want you to be protected and feel secure, just as I do. So thank you again, NordVPN. So this video today has been something that's been on my mind, and a couple of you have kind of asked my advice on this topic. And I'm no psychologist. I'm just me. And I only have my life to look at as a guide. And so this topic is about anger. Anger. Somebody asked me, how do you deal with just being angry and, angry a lot. And I was thinking about that. Now, for this video, you can listen to it as a blah, 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 where you just tune out to the sound of my voice and just relax as I just drone on and on. And, or you can perhaps listen to what I'm going to talk about, and maybe there's a line of what I say that resonates with you. I believe in things converging in almost like divine intervention sometimes. And as I thought about this topic, it was kind of serendipitous that this one particular author, Mitra Rahbar, and Mitra, if I'm saying that incorrectly, I apologize, but she sent me her book. It's called Miraculous Silence, A Journey to Illumination and Healing Through Prayer. The cool thing about this book is that you don't have to read it left to right, front to back. There are topics within this book that you can go right to. And I really appreciate that. So listen to some of these topics. And I'm not going to go through them all. The table of contents. There are devotional prayers, inspirational prayers, prayers for healing, such as for clarity, releasing thoughts and emotions that do not serve us, coping with regret, prayers for forgiveness, to release fears, for one with phobias, for a soul in crisis, for those who have lost belief in themselves, and on and on and on, for illness and loss, special occasions like funerals or graduations or weddings or anniversaries, seasonal prayers and everyday hopes and prayers, different meditations. It's not just praying, it's different meditations and visualizations and mantras. So I've just been really enjoying this book at night in bed before I go to sleep as a way to just kind of calm myself. And it's not that I have issues with anger or anger management, but sometimes I do get a little hot under the collar, and more so than what is necessary for the occasion. And my father used to say, our hot Irish temper. And so I joke, it's the Irish blood in me. But that's not true. I don't think you can attribute anger to a nationality, because I think, except for the Canadians, who are so nice, everybody within any race, nationality, ethnic background, religious background, you name the category, there are people in there who get angry. And so what is anger? And what do we do with it? And especially if it's becoming a pattern. And I remember as a kid, my dad had his own business, and sometimes someone would do something that was just made him explode. And I would hear him get really mad and use a very loud voice and, have not a fight, but just like a big, almost like a blow up. Whoops, ouch. But as soon as it was out, I also saw him cleaning it up, owning it, making it better, and moving on. And so I learned at a young age that it's okay sometimes to lose your cool, as long as you do move on, as long as you do clean it up and find resolution. And I saw that in his example. My mom rarely lost her temper. I think I can think of 5 times that she ever lost her cool and got mad. Usually it was me driving her crazy as a kid. So, that's the kind of kid I was. But, so I have the yin and the yang of both parents, but both always committed to peace in the end. So, knowing it's okay sometimes to explode, give yourself permission to explode if you need to, but just clean it up after. So in reading about anger, I came across a lot of affirmations. And I do believe in affirmations, not as a cure-all, but just as a point of acknowledgement and giving attention to something that you do want to make better. And so if anger is something you want to make better in your life, stop being so angry, so set off, maybe there's a line or two in these affirmations that will resonate with you. So, I was thinking about why I get angry, why something will just, get into my craw and stick there. And typically, it's not a big thing. It's a little thing. It's a little perceived slight, right? And it just sits there and it just kind of digs. And so circumstances not going the way you thought they should, that's, I think, a big one. It's a frustration. You saw something going this way and it didn't. And there's frustration in that. Fear from uncertainty, not knowing what a situation is going to pan out to be, what the future is going to be. So uncertainty can cause, I think, anger, perhaps frustration, which I think fear is the heart of a lot of anger, is fear, I think. Hurt. Somebody's done something to hurt you, and that's not resolved. And so you carry that with you. And it's the little things that set it off, things that remind you of that hurt, that injustice done to you. So there's resolution, there's resolving that needs to be done with that, definitely. Anger at yourself, frustration with yourself for not doing better, being better, having risen to some challenge or level that you thought you should have. So carrying that with you, feeling threatened. And anger is a way to, try to scare that off or, reduce the threat by being bigger, badder, meaner, that kind of a thing. And here's one I thought about. A sense of entitlement. What's that have to do with anger? Well, for instance, standing in line and you see someone cut. It's was like, how dare them? They should be behind me. Now, we know that to be true, of course. But there's this, or I should have gotten this, or I should have been the one to hear that or see that or get that. And it didn't happen that way. And so there's this haughty sense of entitlement, that didn't play out the way you thought it should, and your importance in that situation. So, I think the key is to identify what is at the core. If you're flying off the handle a lot and angry a lot, that's no way to go through life. It's no way to go through life. And I think getting to the cause, the root cause of why you're getting so angry at situations that may not even be related to your root cause. And I think practicing mindfulness. It's easy when you're driving, and I speak from experience here, to judge other people in other cars when they do something wrong. It's like, how dare they not use their blinker? How dare they cut you off? How dare they put their brakes on in front of you and go too slow in your lane and drive in the fast lane when they should be in the slow lane? And all kinds of justifications for you to be mad and judging them. So mindfulness. I think I make a lot of errors out there in traffic, and I just pray people are graceful with me, and I think they have been. Nobody's, done too much honking and flipping me off. And so I want to be like that as well. I want to practice grace when I'm cut off and just realize, and I've talked about this before, maybe they A, didn't know it, or B, there's a reason they're in their own world, for whatever reason that is, I don't know. But just give grace and allow it to just pass and not be a thorn in my side. Why have energy like that? Journaling, which is, I think, part of mindfulness. Journaling every night and exploring what went on with your day, the reactions you had to things, the interactions you had with others. And perhaps you'll see a pattern. Now, I've mentioned before that I journal, but I also do script journaling. And I started off in the morning about my day, how it's going to be as if it already happened. I know that sounds really bizarre, but my journal's right here. Let me see if I can find something. Okay, so I write this at about 6 a.m. Today was great. Oh, why do I try? I met with so-and-so, and it went better than I even expected. Okay, I'm leaving details out. I'm organized, and I feel so good. I got everything done on my to-do list. That may or may not come true, but I write it as if it did. I felt so great today hearing that all our kids are doing well and thriving. Creativity is just oozing out of me, and I am coming up with lots of great ideas for such and such. So, despite my cold today, it was an awesome and wonderful day, and my cold eased up quickly. So anyway, I have more detail of more things, but I put a slant to it as if it happened already in the way that I wanted it to. And what's really funny is at night, when I journal over the day, sometimes you can't even tell that one was written in the morning and one was written at night, because they're almost identical, because it did go that way. Okay, so that's what I do. But journaling is insightful, and if I look back at my journals from, say, a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago, it's amazing the things that I see, the patterns, and especially because I do it this way, the things that come true, the things that I create and manifest. So, anyway, if anger is doing something in your life that is not supporting your well-being, you need to talk to somebody. This is all nice and well and good for some insight. But if it's doing damage in your life, you need, stronger guns than what I can offer. So, do check into that. There is never any shame in getting more help with something that is a problem for you. So, now, remember, anger happens. Anger happens. Acknowledge it, clean it up, move on, but don't let it define you. Don't let it become a label for you. I am an angry person. When you say that and you own that label, your brain will believe it and you will be that. So that is where positive affirmations come in. And so in just Googling around on the internet, I came up with a whole bunch of different mishmash of affirmations. And you can listen to them. Maybe one will stick with you that you really, really like. Or maybe I'll just bore you to sleep, and that's okay too. So anyway, I'm going to read from these affirmations. And my prayer is that there's some forward movement for you if anger is an issue in your world, in your life. So let me know. I love hearing your comments. I truly do. You know it. Hopefully I don't have too many edits with taking out my cough. So I believe that everything in the universe is in perfect order. My actions and thoughts are fueled by love and kindness. I acknowledge my anger, but refuse to act on it. I transform my angry feelings into self-control and acceptance. I choose not to react harshly and angrily. I avoid stressful situations and welcome and look for sources of joy. My mind is a calm space free of anger and toxicity. I am becoming the best version of myself and treating others with kindness. I am capable of de-escalating any situation with patience and restraint. I radiate positive energy that expels negative thoughts and behaviors. What I'm going through is temporary, and it doesn't disturb my peace. Whenever I feel angry, I pull myself back into a place of light and serenity. I forgive myself for past mistakes, knowing that the future will be better. I am capable of transforming angry feelings into a learning experience. I love that. Controlling my anger makes me feel good and strong. Now, I understand that everyone loses their temper from time to time. Whenever anger bubbles up, I focus on the silver lining. I am a peace-loving person. I am becoming more easygoing and happier, releasing pent-up frustration. I welcome people and experiences that bring me joy, love, and tranquility. I try my best to make others feel good about themselves. My calming aura attracts kind and gentle people. I banish fear and stress and embrace the joys and miracles of daily life. I have all the necessary tools to change my life for the better. I choose now to release anger and reclaim happiness. I can express my anger in a respectful way. Acting out my anger is a choice, and a choice that I choose not to do. I dedicate my life to peace and harmony, and I transform anger into peace. I'm allowed to breathe a little bit deeper into this. I have the power to regulate my emotions. I'm strong enough to ask someone for help or support. My anger is a signal that it's time to talk to myself and to relax. And I can express my anger without shaming anyone. I will choose a different way to respond. I transform my anger into peace, and I offer my peace to the world. I turn my anger and stress into creative solutions. I remain calm and collected under all circumstances, and I let anger melt away. I am not afraid to confront my anger and respond to others more gently. I refuse to let arguments fester and eat away at my inner peace. I express my emotions thoughtfully and respectfully, and I trust that good things are headed my way. Stress is unavoidable, but it is up to me to respond to it. I refuse to let anger turn me into a resentful person. My soul is bursting with positive emotions. Forgiveness comes naturally to me. I won't undermine my growth by self-destructive behavior. I cleanse my heart from emotions that don't serve me anymore. Releasing anger improves quality of life and makes friends and family happier. I am devoted to protecting my peace and maintaining my happiness. So those are just a few of the positive affirmations that I think would serve us if we were to hear those a lot. In Mitra Rahbar's book, I'm going to read one of her meditations or her prayers because it was just so perfect for this topic. And it starts on page 291, and it's for empathy, because I think for me, when I am more empathetic, when I am expressing empathy, I can't be angry at someone. So I want to choose love over anger. So she writes, an important step in healing our world is to be kinder, more compassionate, and more united. To do this, we need to develop greater empathy. Let us open our hearts to one another, and let us try to see and understand one another's pain, and always see through the eyes of love. And on the next page, she writes, Dear beloved, I wish to open my eyes so I may see others in all their beauty. I wish to see from the place of light where you reside, with no judgment or prejudice, only love and acceptance. Spirit, help me open my mind so I may understand another's story. Help me open my heart so I may feel another's pain. Help me gain more wisdom as I grow in years so I can better lift another in need. Guide me, O God, so I may always live in the purity and goodness that I carry in my heart. Guide me so I may grow in kindness, in understanding, and in compassion. Guide me so I may always remember that we are made of the same cloth, part of the same tapestry of life. O light, help me remember always that we are one and made by one. This I embrace. I love that. And so thank you, Mitra Rahbar, for sending me this book, because it is just full of very thought-provoking meditations that are helping me. And if in turn those help someone else, I'm just so thrilled. So there you have it. My thoughts on anger, some mindfulness to put toward it, some ways to help cope with it and divert it and diffuse it. So I hope that this has been helpful, and that you can take something from this and use it and amp down a potential angry part of your day today or tomorrow or in the future. And a little bit of that goes a long way. And if we all commit to that, just a little bit, think about what that will do to this world. We are all cut from the same cloth. We are. We're like one big, beautiful quilt, and each square is unique and beautiful unto itself. So, I send you a big hug wrapped around your body with this quilt of love, and I bid you so much peace and wellness and love and light. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.